Hello from the Dreamport Discord server. I'm ShadowsPub, bringing you Pimp Your Post Thursday. On the show today, we'll share posts, meet others, and have some fun. You can share your own post or someone else's you really like. To take part, drop the PYPT emoji into the show text channel. I'll add you to the list to take a turn sharing posts. When I call on you, add your post link to the text channel and come on voice to tell us about it. Keep it brief, like a short commercial for the post. If you can't do voice, it's okay. You can share by text, but text and the link must be ready to paste into the text channel when I call on you. You can have more than one turn, but you must use the emoji for each turn. Okay, let's get started. And Amy's going to lead us off. And she's going to do it by text. Get that up on the screen. And Amy says, death is inevitable as every one of us has lost someone dear to us. Tammy wrote about grief and shared memory about her dead loved ones, and I resonate so much with it. Kindly check it out and share your thoughts. Now that's a tough subject to write on, especially when it's personal. Oh, I know who we're missing. Peace and Money. Where's he at? Sarge has returned. And Chi, you are up. And there she is. I see her typing.
Okay.
All right. Come on and tell us about this.
Hello.
Hello. Oh my. What's happening there? You sound like you got a repeating echo on. What's
Good
happening?
evening, everybody. The post I submitted is a prompt from Hive Ghana. It's all about accommodation, how I struggled with accommodation from my year one, my 100 level university, my final year. It's like the topic said, I cried. So just go and read through and get the full gist. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Judy. Oh, those new and strange things, they can be overwhelming, can't they? But you stuck with it, right? All right. Kelvin, you're up. Cal, there he is. All right.
Okay, so you can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Sorry, it's a bit noisy here. This post, it's about the prompt that Ivan has dropped, and it's majorly centered around the ideology that children, I mean kids, I don't just mean any child, but I mean kids, can sue their parents for whatever reason at all, which to me it looks absurd. It's absurd. So I just shared my thoughts on what I think it's, or my take on the whole matter. So just read through it.
Yeah, that's an interesting subject, isn't it? Kids suing parents. I'm sure that can be argued in both directions, and obviously it has been argued in both directions, or it wouldn't exist for it to happen. So far we've had grief, and we've had another kind of grief, which was crying at the beginning of a strange new experience, and now we're into suing parents. Interesting start to the day. Ambrose, what have you got for us? Hey, Ricky. All right, Ambrose, tell us about this.
Right. So good evening, everyone. It's been a while, guy. I almost forgot how to turn on my mic. So,
Well, I'll tell you, we've missed you, Ambrose. So it's good to see you back.
yeah, working hours does that to people. So, about the post. So, this post is all about bridging the boundary between business idea formation and capital building. So I'm the kind of person that I tend to come up with a lot of business ideas in my idle hours. Like I just sit down and just start penning down all kind of business ideas to do. So eventually, but there's something common with that is that anytime I come with a business idea, I eventually just abandon it because I don't have enough capital to invest in that specific business. And I realized that's like a general problem. Everybody goes through something like this. So that's where the idea of capital building comes in. Like, formation of idea is one thing, but then you also need an idea to generate your capital. So how do you generate your capital that doesn't really affect how do you build the capital and at the same time update your business idea that it doesn't go outdated? How do you ensure that you have enough capital to finance the specific business idea you have created? So those are the kind of things I outlined in the post. So you can go ahead and read the post and learn about it.
Yeah, startup capital for an entrepreneur can be really difficult, especially for a new entrepreneur. Have you thought
Right.
about smaller scale businesses that could generate that capital for you?
Oh, that's the plan. But then the tricky aspect of it is that for most entrepreneurs, they tend to ask like, which comes first? Is it idea generation or capital? Like, which of it comes first?
Yeah, there are businesses you can kind of start on a shoestring, particularly digital type businesses. But
Yeah, exactly.
they take time to establish. You know, it's like the trade-off is if you can start it on a shoestring and very little capital expenditure, it's going to take time to build. But if
Exactly.
you,
But the whole idea is trying to build up like petty businesses that eventually builds up capital to your main idea.
yeah,
Like, trying to just, yeah, that's the plan.
if you go into a business that takes capital to get started, it's generally easier to get up and running and generating income. But the problem is you got to get that capital. So yeah, it's an interesting
Exactly.
challenge. I take it that your dream is to run your own business.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you ever go to a place called Clubhouse?
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. It's a social audio platform.
On Hive.
No. It's an app that you can download and put on your phone. And there's a place called Startup Club over on Clubhouse. And it's run by a guy who is a serial entrepreneur. And they have some interesting shows over there, usually on Friday afternoon.
Okay, is this something similar to Go Brunch or something like that?
No, it's not like Go Brunch. The Clubhouse is probably more similar to Twitter Spaces, except they actually work, unlike Twitter Spaces.
Okay, all right.
It's an
Okay,
app
yeah.
you can put on your phone.
All right. Thanks for that.
Okay. All right. Up, old school's up next. There we go. He's probably waiting. And Sarge says bartending's lucrative, Empress. There you are. Alright. Old School says, join Little B on a walk through a beautiful winter wonderland in Sweden. Ah, that it is. That's a good one to check out.
I've been reading her posts lately, and it's amazing, all the snow and the cold up there. She was talking in a recent post, as far north as she is in Sweden, they only get 5 hours of sunlight a day this time of year. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I guess by the 21st it'll be a little bit less than that. Isn't that the shortest day of the year, is the 21st of the month?
That is correct. Winter solstice, yep.
Yeah. So she's in Sweden. One of the guys in Creative Work Hours in Sweden as well. All right. Ann Harris, you are up. They probably use clothes dryers, Harris. All right, Harris, tell us about this.
Okay. The Clean Planet community has actually been in existence and Hive for quite a while right now. And due to the fact that some people don't want their images out there on Hive, they don't really participate in Clean Planet activities. However, we have actually come with, bringing out prompts for authors to write on. And this week, we are in actually the 10th round of the bi-weekly contest. The contest holds for 2 weeks. Just like a topic that will, users have 2 weeks to write on. So for this week, we give out a contest for users to write on their views or their favorite nurse in the hospital, the best experience they had in the hospital, and share the experience with us. So yeah, that's for this post.
All right. So there is a contest in the Clean Planet. People like clean.
Yeah, jeez.
Some interesting prizes there to try out for. And they've got 2 weeks to write for it, right?
Yes, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So this one will end in 3 days, I think. Yeah, in 3 days.
Well, this one will end in 3 days, but then there'll be another one starting.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Very good. I see Ola J has joined us. Thank you, Harris.
All right.
So, Sarge, you reminded me when you said about your mother hanging clothes in the basement. I can remember when I was young, we did not have a clothes dryer, and we would have to go take the clothes out and hang them out on the line, and when they were first laundered, and then a few hours later we'd go and bring them in, frozen into boards. I have no idea why we put them out. I think it was something to do with giving them some fresh air, and then we would take them into the basement and hang them on the line in the basement to finish drying. I really hated hanging laundry out in the wintertime. because you couldn't really wear your gloves to do it. You had to pretty much have your gloves off to handle the pegs.
Well, fresh air does the clothes a lot of good, but the sunshine also helps to kill germs and freshen them.
Which was probably Mother's reasoning behind it. Just would have been nice if she did the hanging out, not us.
That was one of my jobs too when I got tall enough to reach the clothesline. Was hanging the clothes out and then going out later and getting them. And I remember too, you'd hang clothes out an hour or so later. There'd be a rainstorm come, and you'd have to run out there and get them so they didn't get more wet. And,
Yeah, those summer rains, although they were a little better than bringing in the frozen boards, weren't they?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Dad had to build a porch at the back, and he did put the clotheslines on one of those things you could lower it down to reach it, and then put it back up to send it out. Although in the wintertime it was a pain in the neck to use it. The memories we get stirred up, don't we? All right. Harris is just gone, so Emrys, you are up. There he is. All right, Emrys, tell us about this.
Sorry, for a minute, I got carried away by that guy doing laundry. So.
Did you say you had to go and put your laundry out?
No. I said I got I got carried away by, I think it's a cat doing laundry. So about this post, so it is a response to Hive Ninja community prompt. So they posed a question in that particular prompt that are you indoor or an outdoor person? So yeah, I chose indoors. But then there was another funny question that says if you're an indoor person, what do you actually do indoors? Because that's funny, because what do people who stay indoors actually do indoors? So there, I get to state some of the few things I do indoors. Some of it are creepy, but then you have to read the post to find out. So that's what the post is about.
Life and comfort zones. So you're in your comfort zone or out of your comfort zone? Or do you mix it up?
Referring to the post, I mean, staying indoors is my comfort zone.
Whoops. Bipolar, you're coming in hot. There we go. Sorry, Emrys, go ahead.
So I said referring to the post, I meant staying indoors is my comfort zone. So that's what the title is about.
All right. Nice. Thank you, Emrys. And Abinad, what have you been up to?
Hello everyone, so today I'm going to share my crochet post first, but I didn't see Bipolar here and I thought she was not going to make it, so I decided to share her post. This is a Santa boot that she made for her nephew and they are so cute. I think she deserves all the love here because she tried very well and I am in love with these boots and I'm hoping she makes a pair for myself for this Christmas. So you should check it out. Thank you.
Your protege is developing rather well on her crocheting skills, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Very pretty.
I'm so proud of her.
Well done, Bipolar. What are you having to say about it? Tramp just chimed in. She apparently agrees. All right. Thank you, Abinand. And Kitty Girl, you're up.
To remind everyone that the World Map Pen is the project that is currently running in place of the old world map that we had before, PenMapple. You can write a post and include a code in your post to pin the post to the map. And it's a really cool thing. There is, I just dropped an image in the chat that shows how to use it. It's so simple. Zoom in on the map, find a place that you visited in real life, like a lake or a mountain or hiking trail, a museum, any physical place that can actually be pinned to the map. And you click the Get Code button. It gives you, and then you click the map where you want the thing to be, and you get the code that you can put in the post, and then they will add it to the map. And then you can be eligible to be included in their daily travel digest, which even if you don't pin things to the map, it's really fun to read these travel digests. I love reading them and seeing places all over the world that I'll probably never visit in real life. It's a real education.
And just a little reminder, folks, that means you don't necessarily have to travel away. It could be something in your own town that you're sharing with people. So we don't get to
Oh yeah,
visit
that's
your
true.
town.
There's a lot of people on Hive that enjoy traveling, and before they go somewhere, they'll zoom in on the map and look to see what's there to do. You know, places to visit and places where they can eat. It's wonderful service.
That's a great way of promoting your own area, as well as with your travels. All right. Thank you, Kitty Girl. Ann Harris, you're up. There he is. And tell us about this.
This post is an entry for the Hive Learners prompt. What if the kids are given the rights to, or what if a law was created for the kids to be able to sue their parents in case of anything? So I wrote an entry for it, and the post, my belief is that parents and children are like a blacksmith and an iron. Both love and discipline are needed for this child to be able to become something good in the future. So there shouldn't be something like that law per se that makes our children sue their parents if anything happens, maybe they are disciplined or something. But instead, parents should be guided in the right way to discipline children with love, care, and affection, not disciplining with anger. But they should include love and correction while they discipline their kids. So, that's it.
All right. Thank you. Forge the kids with love and discipline. Good title. Thank you, Harris. Adrian, the screen name you're using in here, is that what you've used for your Hive account name?
No.
I didn't get it. Can you come again?
No, it's okay, Harris. I was talking to Cenobites of Love. Would you mind writing what your Hive account is in the chat, please?
Yes, I think I know what it is. Let me double check.
Okay. And while she's double checking, Reki, you're up. All right. Come and tell us about this.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Bipolar. I miss you. It's really been a while here. I missed everyone,
It
actually.
has. Where you been?
It's really been a while. Well, for this post, I made it for the Ladies of Hive community prompt, and it's my response to one of the questions about the things we will set as a priority in the coming year. Like something we'll dedicate more time to doing. So I made a post about it because there have been something I know that I've been putting off, or shall I say, I've stopped doing for some time now. But I really want to get back to it, but I've not been able to. But I just said this coming year, I would make it a priority. So if you want to know what that is, you can click the link and check out the post. Thank you so much.
All right. Good to see you back. And did I hear
Yeah,
you're gonna make it a priority?
Yes.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Because we miss you when you're not here. You know that, eh?
I miss you too, Shadows. I miss you so much. I miss you, Bipolar. Bipolar, I miss you so much. Bipolar, I miss you so much.
All right. Okay, everyone. The person you see as Cenobites of Love has just joined Hive, and her account name is Adrian B. Take a look where she's written it there. If you guys would kindly keep an eye on the account, and when she posts, say hello to her so that you can welcome her in. The Dreamers that are familiar with Creative Work Hour, she's a member over there as well. That's what's brought her in today. All right, Calvin, you have won the 1 HBI. See how quick we are to assist people? There we go. All right, Jay, you're up. There we go. And tell us about this, Jay.
Okay, sorry, I got distracted.
Who distracted you? Jay.
Is he Canadian? Because he started his post off with, for this one, eh?
He's trying to be Canadian. Jay, tell us about this.
Right, sorry. Okay, so I actually go very confused.
You got very confused?
Many entries like this in the digital lifestyle community, and I wasn't sure the exact post I just shared and what it was about, so I just read my own comment. So there was a time when I was serving and my phone had a problem. I don't know if it was a problem or it was just going against me, and it kept on sending SOS messages to people, my parents, my brother, everybody on my contact list, and everybody started calling me thinking I was kidnapped. Such a thing happened to this user, Alexandria, and she talked about how a similar thing happened to her, and people started sending texts and panicking a lot, as well as maybe sending the wrong messages to the wrong people. The community's prompt is about sending messages, the wrong type of messages to people, or maybe being bought out or things like this. That's what the community prompt is for the week. And I found this post, as well as many others, to be very hilarious. it's way more interesting than I've actually described it, and that's why I'm sharing it.
It's one thing about embarrassing stories. When you get past the embarrassment, they're usually pretty funny.
Yeah, no, in the moment though.
Yeah, not in the moment. That's why they're embarrassing.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, James.
And Bipolar, you're up. Oh, Jay, your voice seems way cooler than usual, Reki says. Amy says he's in a cooler. There we go. His cheeks are red. We're waiting for you, Bipolar. I see her typing. There we go. She was quickly entering text. This is one of those days where Bipolar decided to be silent. And she says, this is a post that talks about my perspective on love. Kindly check it out and drop an opinion or two. You didn't have any opinions on love, did you, Bipolar? Bipolar never has opinions. All right. Thank you, Bipolar. Jay says, Bipolar's opinions are millions. Tori, you're up. And now's a really good time to drop more emojis. Is Tori with us? Come on, Tori. You're up. There she is. Alright, let's get it up on the screen. Preferably in the right browser. And tell us about this.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Okay.
Tori.
Good evening. Oh, sorry. Please, can you?
I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So, I wrote a, okay. So, I wrote this post from,
Oh, did we lose you?
okay.
Try again, Tori. You're cutting out
And,
a little bit there.
in-
Uh-oh. I think we may have lost her.
Inside here, I wrote about my progress.
I think her network's picking on her. Try dropping out and coming back in, Tori. Let's see if it improves it any.
Hello?
Drop out, come back in, and let's see if it sounds any better. That's correct. That's right, Emrys. That's exactly what it is. Tori? Tori, try dropping out and then reconnecting, and let's see if it... Try dropping out and reconnecting. See if it gets any better.
She did. She's already dropped out and reconnected.
Oh, I missed it. I must have been looking at Emrys there.
So, please, can you hear me clearly now?
Try it. Let's see what happens.
All right. So, I wrote a post from the Ladies of Hive Prompt of the Week that describes my progress from November downwards. And when I went back to reflect, like before I started writing that post, I tried to think about the progress so far, and if a matter of fact, I realized before I started writing that it's as if 2022 downwards or down here that's about in a bit in a few weeks from now, there has always been one difference to another. Like if I tell myself, okay, this particular coming here, I want to do this, or I want to achieve this, there's always, it's like, it has always make a way from me, and like I've seen it, no matter how difficult it is. So I shared a few stories on this post that you could go check out if you've got the time. Yeah.
All right. We got most of that. It cut out a little bit on you, but it was much better than the first try. Nice job. Thank you, Tori.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. We lost a little bit, but I think we got enough of it. And of course, people are going to go and check the post out because, after all, we do support each other, don't we? Amy says, wait, I'm on my way to writing for 365 days. Shadows, send me some... What is that, Amy? I can't send you what I don't know. Mostly, Tori, mostly. Coolie. And what is coolie? Another coolie? You guys are pulling my leg again. Coolie, okay. And what is it? And she's typing it in. Coolie. Okay, I said that. Now I need to know what it is. That's Nigerian-made groundnut. Usually very spicy. I can't send it to you. I'm not in Nigeria. You get some and send it to yourself. How does that work? Emma says like Nigerian candy.
Groundnuts in Nigeria is like our peanuts over here, and I have seen some that are cooked with Cajun seasoning, and that might be what they're talking about, spicy.
Yeah, that wouldn't be anything I'd be eating. Not with the spice. I'd eat the ground nuts, but not with the spice. I can't manage spicy food.
Well, if you put them in a pot of water and boil them, they get soft, and you can put a little bit of salt, and you can put however much Cajun seasoning or anything else in there you want, and a little bit will cook into the peanuts, but they don't have to be super hot.
I'll be interesting to try a little bit just to see what it's like. Then once the test pass the test, then I can try more.
Well, if you try it, you need to be sure to get raw nuts that have not been cooked, and then just soak them in a little bit of water for like overnight, and pour that off. Put fresh water in, and then you just boil them for several hours with a little bit of salt or other seasoning in the water, and they get really soft, and they have a different flavor than a roasted peanut would have.
Yeah, you've talked about them before. I love my roasted peanuts. I can't imagine that having them really soft. But, you never know until one tries. And Emra says? That sounds like coolie soup. That would be referring to the boiling of the nuts. All right. Abinad, you are up. And
okay, so now
Chi won the 3 HBI.
Who? Oh, okay. Sorry. So, I'm sharing this post by myself. I made a dress for baby Abina, who is my neighbor's daughter, and it happens that she was born on the same day that I was born. So that means I have a mini me in my neighborhood now, and I'm now an auntie. Yay!
Does this mean that you're going to be spoiling her? You have a mini you?
Of course, of course, of course. I'm going to spoil her, so she begged me to stop.
All right. That's a beautiful, beautiful garment there. So, Amy, you're going to get your 365 days on December 31st. I bet HiveBuzz will send you something. That's a beautiful color, and what a pattern. Nice work. So we're going to see a bunch of beautiful baby clothing coming, aren't we? Miss Abinad? Yeah, she says.
It's a shame Artemis isn't here to see this beautiful thing today.
Yeah, Artemis isn't feeling well today. She was developing a cold on Tuesday, and apparently it's gone into her chest today.
Oh, well, if you talk to her, tell her we're thinking about her and hope she gets better soon.
Will do. As near as I know, she's resting today. All right. And Jay, you are up. By the way, Amy, on December 31st, I'll be getting my second year. Thank you. Should have sent me Baba Doo-Doo. Well, it kind of helps that I'm doing the Daily Echo every day, because that is an everyday publication on Hive. All right, Jay, tell us about this.
Okay, I'm sharing a post of mine. I found this really cool screensaver that flips like a normal mechanical clock, the analog kind. I mean, I never owned one, but I found it really cool. And I installed it. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes, and it works really nicely. I use it every time now. I just wanted to just share that.
I remember those clocks.
Yeah, I don't know. I think. Yeah, that's just about it about the post. It's a very simple one. I just wanted to show that.
Yeah, it looks as though somebody's gone retro on the on a clock, and has probably been able to program the mechanical end of it. It's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, pretty cool actually.
Yeah, clocks were rather interesting through the years, and then we went digital, and all that variety went out of there. And what do you got a screen to? Oh, that's your screen, is it?
Yeah, I just wanted to show a GIF that I made for it.
Ah. So, anybody else got anything they want to share today? Thanks, Greg. There we go. Abinad, you're up. I'm surprised that Amy's only shared once with us today. Chin chin doo doo, puff puff moi moi.
Okay, so I'm sharing my entry to the digital lifestyle prompt, and I know this is not the usual title you see, but it's all in the post. When you read the post, you understand. It's a message I sent to my boss. Yes, I said to my boss, I told him to send his big away, but it wasn't like intended. I made a mistake. So if you want to know what happened to me, you should check out the posts.
Somebody got themselves a Stanley thermal cup. Is that yours, Abinette? She's not. It is. Whoa. I hear those are expensive. Or are they not as expensive where you are? Unnecessary expensive. But you got it anyways, did you? So I sent my niece, I think it was last year for Christmas. She had a particular thing that she wanted onto a travel mug, and I prepared one and had it shipped to her. And from what I'm told, the quality of it is as good as what the Stanley ones are. All right, Jay, you're up.
Okay, so this is another entry in the digital lifestyle community about somebody sent a very wrong message to his girlfriend. I think the line was, I wish you were her. Instead of something else. I found it to be very hilarious, actually, and I think anybody that reads it will find it hilarious too, and that's why I'm sharing it.
Oh, the stories that have come out of autocorrect. I wonder how many divorces have come out of autocorrect. Yeah, there's some really interesting things get autocorrected to weird choices. And let's see who got the 5 HBI. Woo! She is doing well today. Congrats, Chi. And Kitty Girl, you're up.
It's really awesome to see what some people on Hive come up with, and a user on Hive named Boz, B-O-Z-Z, decided he wanted to try to create an advent calendar on Hive, similar to the way that you turn the little square over in the advent calendar hanging on your wall in preparation for the coming of Christmas. What he did was he took, at the beginning of the month, he sent 25 Hive out to somebody. They were supposed to keep one Hive and then send 24 on the next day. And then the person takes one Hive out and sends 23 on the next day to somebody else. And just passes it along, creating an online, on Hive advent calendar. That is so fun and so creative. I love this. And this post is where IBB Tammy got involved, and you can read her post to see how it's done.
Now that is cool. I remember there was one, was it on the Legacy chain, where they kept adding to it? They went the other way?
Yes, that was the torch, and it was on the Legacy chain, but then somebody did bring it to Hive when we forked, and there was a Hive torch that went around for a while too. Yeah.
And the big question on that was who was gonna just break the chain and take the money? But I don't think anyone ever did they?
Well, I don't know whatever happened on the Legacy chain with the torch, but on the Hive chain, they finally decided to end the project, and they had a poll where you could vote for whoever you thought deserved to get the torch funds. And everybody had a chance to vote. And
That's a good way to do it. Very cool. Thank you, kitty girl. And Jay, I saw your mini emoji, so I'm assuming that was another emoji that you dropped, or was it?
Oh yeah, it's
I had to get my magnifying glass out, but I said, "Oh, that's the emoji."
yeah. I added the text, and I didn't realize I was going to reduce the size.
I just teasing you. I saw it. Go for it.
All right. So the origin for those entries in digitalized community is from this prompt was shared, and I'm just going to talk about my own story a bit, since I'm not going to be sharing my post anyway after this. Was when I was in a conversation with someone around 10 p.m. I was living alone around school, and a neighbor of mine was with me, and she was telling me about Pepper. She's a dietitian or food engineer. I remember. I was telling about Pepper and the levels of spiciness, something like that. And it was a really interesting conversation. And not long after we were done, I started getting messages, calls. Bro, you're sending voice notes. You're sending voice notes about your conversation with your girl. Can you delete them? And it was really embarrassing because I thank God that we weren't talking about anything sensitive, and it wasn't more than I deleted that. And that was just for this community's prompt, and I'm just closing with this community's post. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Jay. So, I am going to mention to you guys, this past Tuesday, Goldbranch had another one of the World Expos, and I did put a room in, and the room is called The Life of an Echo. So the room is still there, and it'll stay there, so go ahead and visit. And Artemis also put a room in. It's called the fiberartistcommunity.com, and it's also still there that you can go and visit if you'd like to. So there you go. Anybody else got anything they'd like to share today?
Did I get here right for the end of it?
Hello, Snook. Yes, you did.
No.
What woke you? Did we wake you?
I got cold and I woke up because it's frickin' freezing here.
I see Buttcoins joined us as well. Yeah, our temp has been plummeting here with the wind coming up. So yeah, I understand exactly what you're talking about. She's a little on the chilly side.
Yeah, it's 5F here. I don't know what that is. And
yeah, it's a lot on the chilly side for you then. That we're not as bad as that.
Yeah. Well, wait. It'll be there tomorrow, I bet.
No, actually, it's supposed to warm up from 21 to 28
really?
tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, heat wave.
A lot more. Yeah, we're supposed to stay cold.
Good, you enjoy it.
Yeah, yay.
That'll lock the germs out of your system.
Yeah.
All right. Kitty girl, what do you got for us?
Well, I was thinking about sharing this anyway, but gosh, when Snook came in, oh yeah, I'm sharing it now.
Thank you.
Last week, I announced that Snook had created a new community for original fiction, and this is a story that she wrote and put in there in that community. So anyone who enjoys reading fiction can read this story and then go up to the top of the post where it says posted in original fiction, click on that, it'll take you into her community, and now I'll shut up and let Snook talk a little bit more about the community if she wants to.
Go for it, Snook.
Well, actually, it was funny because somebody on somebody else's post misunderstood, I guess, about my community. So what I did was, in the first post from last week, there's my post. Okay, let me put it this way. There's still the free writers community, and they still put out daily prompts. And then there's the Inkwell community, which is people that want to be published or are working towards being published, and there's a lot of rules that you have to follow to post in that community. And it's all fiction-based. And then mine is just for original fiction. That's the only... So, because it's hard for me to find actual fiction that I want to read, because it's all over the place.
Right.
So, and I like all kinds of fiction. So it's really just a place where if you're posting you wrote a story that happens to be fiction, and you're not doing it for the Inkwell, and you're not doing it for the free write community, then put it in original fiction. That's really it.
I gotta ask a really weird question. How could anybody misunderstand what a fiction community is?
Well, I kind of thought the same thing, and the person that misunderstood was Peace and Money.
Oh, what did he think it was?
Yeah. Well, I'd have to go back and read the comment, which I'm not awake enough to do that right now. But I will tell you, he did make me find 5 links to answer his question.
Oh my!
So it took me like 3 hours. I did other things in between because I had to wake up. But then it did make me define the fiction groups that I know about. There might be more fiction groups out there, but
right.
Those are the 2. And I thought, well, instead of just writing it out, I'd give people the links,
Well, fiction
to the
is such
groups.
a broad subject. I think there's room for lots of communities that accept fiction.
Right. I agree. I totally agree. It was more because a lot of new people, not me, newer people,
Newer people
post,
that's been here. You've been here 7 years, and you're
Right.
gonna worry about newer.
Well, I mean, a lot of people like to post in the what do you call them, groups, things, communities, whatever we call them now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never been one of those. I just post to my blog.
Right.
And but this was what came about was that I've been gone for so long that I didn't know where to find stuff anymore.
Right.
Because there's a lot of new people. And I know, like, when Grindon came here, she posted everything in a community. And I was like, really? Well, that's nice.
Took me a long time to get around to using communities, and still sometimes I don't.
Yeah, and I was like, well, couldn't you reblog it to your post or to your page so I can find it? Because I'm not looking through 17 million communities.
Yeah, I never put anything in a community. Well, I couldn't say I never put anything in a community that doesn't end up on my blog. I do. Well,
a lot of people forget.
Yeah,
that you have to reblog it. I think.
Probably. They probably don't realize it, that it doesn't show up in both places. Like, I don't put the daily echoes on my blog. I just put them into the DBuzz community.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, but that makes sense.
But I put everything else on my blog.
Right. Yeah.
And that's where Peak D really comes in handy. As you're publishing a post, up at the top, there's a drop down where you can publish to a community.
Yep.
Right beside that, it says also
Ah.
publish in your blog. You just click it over to yes, and then you don't have to remember to reblog later. It's fantastic.
It is. It's
Yeah.
so handy.
I really wish I liked Peak D. I don't. I really wish I did.
Well,
'Cause
maybe it can grow on you.
No, I tried.
Oh, well.
Because everybody gives me goddamn Peak D links.
Well, of course we do.
I know.
Suck it up, Buttercup. That's what you're getting.
I'm like up there. Hive.blog.
Does anybody else have anything they want to share today?
Oh, I would like to say about the post.
Oh, good idea.
It's actually a really cute story that I woke up out of a nightmare, and that's the story I wrote at 3 a.m. while I was you know how when you have dreams you wake up and it's like right there in your face, and then it, you know, as time ticks second by second by, you lose the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I literally ran downstairs, made notes, and then almost fell asleep at my computer, and then went to bed, and then the next day then wrote the story off of my notes of my dream. And that's what I wrote. So it was fun. I mean, it makes me smile just looking at it, and I thought it turned out to be a pretty good story. So, the end. That's it.
All right.
Well, I'm glad you talked a little bit about your community, Snook, and differentiated it between the free riders and the Inkwell. That was very helpful. Very cool.
Yeah, I didn't.
That might not be the right link.
I didn't want to step on anybody's toes, and I realized from the guy's comment, that it could be taken that I was stepping on other people's toes, and that was not the intent. And so 3 hours and links were spent, and then I added it to the bottom of my original post.
It's sometimes interesting, the perspective you'd never expected to encounter.
Yeah.
Just a minute, I'm gonna wrap up the recording.
Oh, okay.
You've been listening to ShadowsPub host Pimp Your Post Thursday. Thank you for joining us at PYPT, and join us next Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Until then, keep on creating, and it's all about community. Oh yeah. Bye, Wilma.
Bye, Wilma.